Hello everyone, welcome to Codex Academy. Like in previous session, we have discussed about many block palettes like looks block, motion block, sound block. Now in today's session, we are going to discuss about event blocks. What kind of special role they play in our animation. So here we are. Event blocks. As the name say event, it means it shows how our play script will be run in your script area. Here the event blocks play very important role to start the action according to your play script. It control the action of different kind of sprites which we choose and the background as well. These event blocks are used to trigger the script and the control when the certain action start, whenever you want to stop certain action, and on the basis of your requirement what kind of action should be run. All kind of commands are managed by these event blocks. Now one by one we are going to discuss about each and every command block which present under the event block palette. So first, which is very common block and used in each and every animation. The first one is when green flag clicked. We are very familiar with this command block. We know whenever we are going to make any kind of play script, so the first block which we choose, that is the when green flag clicked. You have seen this block so many times. Here this green flag is give the signal to start your project. Whenever you want to run your script, just you need to click on when green flag clicked. Now the next one, when space key press. This kind of block is specially designed whenever you want to make any kind of game, especially like racing game. Here you want to move your car in left direction, right direction, or you want to run, you want to control their speed. So here instead of space also you can choose the arrow, up arrow, right arrow, left arrow, down arrow. It gives the specific function to the specific key. On the basis of that you can run your script. Now the next one is when the sprite click. Here you give the beautiful animation in this whenever you want to click any sprite, and on the basis of that your script will start. Suppose you choose multiple sprite in your program, choose when particular sprite will click, then only this game going to start. You can manage your event how this particular sprite is click, then only your event will start, otherwise it will stop. So on the basis of that you can manage your event with the help of this event block. Now the next one is when backdrop switch to backdrop 1, backdrop 2, multiple backdrops you can select in your animation, and when you trigger the script and on the basis of that you want to change the background of your stage, so you can select your particular backdrop over here. You can give the specific name to your backdrop as well, and on the basis of that you can switch the backdrop with the help of this event block. Now we are discussing about more event blocks. So here we are. Here it's mentioned when loudness is more than 10. When you want to start your script on the basis of the sound sensitivity, means whenever you want to set the detection of sound with the help of microphone, and the loudness if it is increased by 10, 20, and on the basis of that you will set the value. This script will start when the loudness is more than 10 or 20. So you can use such block which is specially designed to detect the sound, not any kind of the flag, not any kind of other background or any kind of sprite. You want to start your script on the basis of the detection of sound. You can use this block at this time. Now the next one is broadcast message. This broadcast message is specially designed when you are playing with the multiple sprite, and here you want to send a particular message to all the sprite present in your script. Automatically when you are receiving any particular message, here this one block broadcast message and the last one when I receive this message, they are correlate with each other. Means here when I receive, like suppose when I receive hello from the cat, then I broadcast message hello cat back to the other sprite. So here these two command blocks are correlate with each other. This broadcast message only trigger when the particular message when I receive block is received by the particular sprite. Then only the broadcast message is delivered to all the sprite present in your script. We will discuss on the screen of Scratch how these messages correlate with each other. Now the next one is broadcast message and wait. These two are same, only the time management, when you want to set the time management in your game, so you can use this kind of block when the message is sent and wait till all the trigger script finish running before continuing. It means until all the action is not performed till this broadcast message is delivered. Then afterwards once it get finished and then you can continue your script. This is all about the event block. Now we'll see how this event block will work on the Scratch. So here we go. When we open the Scratch, we know this kind of screen we always see. Here the event block palette is available and just we need to click over here and you will see all the event command block is open over here. First one is the when flag click. Everyone is aware about this block. It's very common block whenever we want to design any kind of animation or whenever we want to write any kind of script. This is the first block we use to trigger our script to start. So this is the very common block we use. Like for example, here I use motion block and put this one as move 10 steps. So here we can use this block and just click over the flag and you will see our sprite is start moving 10 steps. So this is, everybody is familiar with this. Now the next one is we use the next event block is when space key is pressed. You can see when you're going to drop down this and there are many options is available. Up arrow, down arrow, right, left, any A, B, C, D, multiple options are available. You can see you can give the specific command to the A key. So here you mention A. Suppose I click on A1 and here again I will going to use this motion block and I will use this block. Now if I'll click on the flag, you will see it will not run. Now if I'll press A key from my keyboard and you will see it will start moving. Instead of flag, you will give the particular command to your specific key and on the basis of that also your play script will run with the help of this block. Now we'll discuss about the another block. The next event block is when this sprite is clicked. So here same like you are triggering your program, your script with the help of the sprite click. Here you can see when this sprite click. Here I have choose only one sprite which is already available on that and I again wants to move this 10 steps. If I'll click here and again I'll choose this move 10 step and if I click on the flag you will see the cat will not move. Now if I just click on the cat you will see it start moving. So you can understand how this block will work. Instead of flag you can give the command to the specific key also, or you can give this command to the specific sprite also. When we click the sprite then only such kind of action will run. Now we'll discuss about the another event block. Now the next one is when the backdrop switch to backdrop 1 or 2. Here in particular action when the backdrop switch 1, till yet we have not chosen any backdrop. There is one by default backdrop, that is backdrop 1, which is a blank white screen. I am going to choose one more backdrop over here, so I'll just click over here and I can choose any one backdrop. So I suppose I will choose this blue sky and now you will see there are two backdrops. How you will find out there are two backdrops we have selected? Here just you can go select on this backdrop one icon and now you can see this costume is changed into backdrop. Now you can just click on that and you can see there are two backdrop. One is blank one and another one is blue sky. Which means now you have two backdrop in your script area. Back to the screen, just click on this code and again now you have two backdrop. Suppose I want to use this one block and I just click here when the switch to backdrop 1 or backdrop 2. So I just click over here. I just mention any kind of block, like suppose I will choose here say hello for 2 seconds, and here if I'll click on this backdrop 1, it move and you can see it shows say hello. It means whenever the background is going to switch, on the basis of that any kind of command you can run for that. Now we are going to discuss about the another event block. It is based on loudness. So whenever the loudness is mentioned is more than 10, here this value you can change it, and this is based on the like detection of sound. Whenever you want to give the script set, on the basis of that when the loudness is more than 10, more than 20, then only your script will run. So you can use such block. Here instead of loudness you also use the timer, means you will set the particular time like after 1 minute, after 30 seconds. On the basis of that also, when the timer is move more than that, then your script will run. You can run your event on the basis of the action of time and the loudness as well with the help of this block. Now we are going to use this broadcast, and when I receive the broadcast message, when I receive the particular message, how this broadcast message will deliver to all the sprite. So here for that broadcast message we need more than one sprite. I need to choose one more sprite, so I'll just click over here, and here I will choose, suppose I will choose over here one fox, and I just click on this fox and I'll just put it over here. And for that, to conversation between these two sprite, I need to turn the face of this sprite. So I'll go to the costume and I'll just click on that flip horizontal, and you will see the face of this cat is flipped now. Now again I need to back to this code part, and now I'll use this broadcast message to show the conversation between both of them. Here I need to choose one sprite. Suppose I choose the cat one, and here I'll choose the flag, click, and it will say hello to the fox. So I'll go to the look block and say hello, and here I'll mention hello fox. And now here for the fox I'll check it, and I'll go to the event block and I'll choose it when I receive one message. So when any kind of message I need to receive, say here when I receive hello fox or hello cat, so on the basis of the broadcast message I need to reply it on that. So in this one I broadcast any message for this. When suppose the broadcast, here I mention new message, I mention hello cat. Now the broadcast message is set. I will put it here and I'll select it one message hello cat. So it will going to show the broadcast message, and it going to show on the look, and here it say when it receive hello cat, it's also reply in the message hello dear cat. Now you'll see the effect. You can say it say hello fox, and after 2 seconds it say hello dear cat. So this broadcast message, how it will work, when you click the flag, it say the cat will say hello fox for 2 seconds, and it broadcast message I said hello cat. It means kind of message in that you can say, because this broadcast message deliver to all the sprite available on the screen, and once this signal is delivered, and whenever in particular sprite you have this when I receive this particular broadcast message, and on the basis of the what kind of the action it need to deliver, that action is connect with this particular command block, and it will be run when they receive this particular message which is written on the broadcast. So on the basis of that is when I receive, and the broadcast command block will work. I hope you understand this one. And this one, the broadcast message and then wait, here you want to run the particular message, and then afterwards you put some time effect in your animation. You can use this command block broadcast and wait. So this is all about the different kind of event command blocks which is specially used to trigger your script and run your program on the basis of your demand. I hope you understand about the event block. In next session, we are going to discuss about the next block palette, and they're all command blocks. With this note, we conclude the session. Thank you for your patience.